Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and I am back with using my How to Kill a Kit with Style this month, which is from Redefined Creative Secret Kit Club. I forgot to mention that the past couple times, so I thought I would just remind you because a couple of you have asked where I got it from. It is Heidi Swap's Carefree collection, and Christina threw in a bunch of other goodies that coordinated really nicely. So for this one, I am scrapbooking some more pictures from when I visited my brother in Richmond, Virginia. This was the first night after we went and had that really good Ethiopian dinner. We went on a walk. His loft is right near the river or the canal along the river. So that backwards. And there's a really nice walk through there. So we kind of just took a walk. It was like perfect weather, really nice. And it was really pretty for being like a downtown big city. It was really nice, and it was just so pretty how dark it was, but then you see all the lights from the river, and the canal walk goes right under the highway, which was kind of cool in a weird way. But anyways, I just wanted to get these photos documented. They're really dark because, again, it's at night, and they kind of had a yellow hue to them because of the street lights, and I'm also wearing that dusty pink kind of tank top I was wearing in that previous page, so I really wanted to take the opportunity to do a multi-page layout, pulling in the yellow just because there's that yellow hue from the street lamp in the photo, again the pink, and then I wanted to pull in some navy just because it's at night, and really try and do another multicolor layout. I really wanted these layers to be the main pops and the rest of it pretty neutral. I love this ledger print. I love how simple of a background it was to build off of. The back of it's that multicolor stripe, which I really love, but I felt like it would be too loud as a background, so I'm trying to make sure I have some pretty big chunky layers that I can gut a huge chunk of that stripe so I can use that on another page in a smaller quantity. So that's why I decided to go with this ledger print. And because it is a ledger print, I really wanted to just stick with that kind of vibe. So I'm pulling in my little notebook edge punch and just punching all of these layers with that really cool decorative edge. Doesn't really go with the theme of the story, but I just think it vibes really well with the page. And I'm getting over a cold, if you can't tell. I'm sorry, I'm a little sniffly and my voice is a little funny. I waited as long as I could to do these voiceovers hoping it would be normal, but I really can't wait anymore because this voiceover needs to go up soon. So just thought I'd mention that too because I know it sounded a little weird. But I'm just going through all of my little bits and pieces. I'm trying to decide if I want to pull in some other multicolor elements or if I really want to stick to keeping everything else kind of neutral. I know within my clusters I really want to bring in another navy, pink, and yellow element just so it kind of plays off of those three colors I have in my layers. But as far as the rest of the page, I do want to keep it pretty neutral. I thought about using this cut apart that was multicolored that says collect memories instead of things. I thought that was really cute, but proportionally it was kind of weird. It was kind of making my page a little bit too blocky and cutting off the flow of my page, so I decided not to go with that. I let it sit up there for a little bit, but I figured I'd go ahead and get all of what I knew was going to be on here done and glued together before I continued. I'm just going through the painstaking process of gutting everything. I really love all of these papers, so I want to gut what I can. So I'm just gluing these two photos together. I matted them with a skinny border of white, and then I am gluing them to this vertical pink, and you saw me gut that. This scrap of this navy print I already cut into two pieces so it can look like it stretches longer than it is behind this pink layer, so that's super nice. And then this yellow piece you saw me, I'm about to gut a huge portion of that as well since there's a good bit that's going to be covered up by these other layers. So just being a little finicky. I probably didn't need to be this extra about gutting these bits, but I really do like having those pieces on later pages to use. And I just know I would have regretted it. I would have wanted a little smidgen more of this navy or this pink if I hadn't have saved it. So at least I have it to use if I want to. But I'm just kind of getting all these layers down. I really like how they're sitting. I think it's flowing really nice. I'm kind of thinking at this point I'll have a cluster on the lower right of my square photo and then a cluster to the upper left of my portrait photo, and that way it'll kind of frame these two photos. I I already know my title is going to be at the top just because this ledger paper really lays out a really nice area for my title. And because it is a ledger print, I know I can journal right onto the background using the lines and they'll be straight. So I'm planning to take advantage of that as well. The upper right-hand corner of this ledger background also has an area for date, sheet number, and selection, which I guess you would use if it was in a notebook. But I'm just going to take advantage of that little area too and write the date up in the date section. Instead of doing sheet number and section, I'm just going to write Richmond, Virginia up there as well, just so everything's kind of documented. I'm taking advantage of this ledger paper. I think that's really cool. So just getting all the stuff glued down. You can see I even gutted the background. Of course, I needed to save that stripe from the B or the A side of this ledger paper, so I can't wait to use that bit. I was really excited by that striped paper. I think it would have made a really, really cool background. But with all the colors I wanted to use, I really decided that I'd use it easier in a smaller chunk as a layer versus a background. But I'm back with this little sticker book. There's this really cool kind of wonky mixed font black and white tile alpha in the sticker book for this collection, so I'm just using it to spell out Canal Walk. I ran out of an N and I ran out of A's, so I did flip a U upside down for an N and used a V for an A. And I don't think you could tell too much that I kind of flipped those around. But I really like that simple title, just kind of tells you what the photos are about. And then I'm really, again, going to dig into my rub-ons here. I know as soon as I do this title in the black that I definitely want to pull in some more black on the page because this is the only black thing on the page right now. But I did have 2 strips of this rub-on. I really love this kind of distance key rub-on that would kind of be on a map or something so you could tell distance. I love that just because it is a walk, and we did however long the walk was. It wasn't long at all, but I just love how that balances out this title on the top. It has the same kind of distressed look. And so I had 2 strips and they layer perfectly together to create this long rub-on strip that's going to go along the bottom of all of these layers. And I just think that with the title on the top frames this page really nicely with the black. So I think that looks really cool. And then again, I'm just going through another rub-on sheet. I haven't dug into this sheet yet that has a bunch of the word phrases, but I'm going to get quite a few of them used up on this page. There's a yellow one that says, "Enjoy the ride." I really want to pull in some more pink, yellow, and blue into these other areas in a subtle way. I don't want to pull away from all the color of these backgrounds behind the photo, but I just want you to see a little bit of those pops of color everywhere else on the page. So I really like this yellow "Enjoy the ride" just because it brings some yellow up there, and then I decided to go in with a little row of aqua polka dots to go underneath that, just so there's a little blue up there as well. So I'll end up getting those rub-ons up there here in a minute, but I decided to play around with some more clusters once I kind of decided to go more with the navy, yellow, and pink bits and pieces versus multicolored pieces. It really helped my little area down here come together. There's a little navy tag that says "Meet me under the stars," and I just thought that was so perfect because it was a nighttime walk. So I'm just threading that with some of the twine that comes in the collection. I used this yellow twine for this tag, but it's really standing out. It's a lot brighter than the mustard yellow of the paper. So I do end up going back at some point and switching that out for black and white twine since I'm going to end up adding some more black bits on here. But for now, I'm just going to leave the yellow, but you can see it really kind of grabs your attention because that yellow is so bright. But I end up layering that with a pink tag and a yellow little circular XOXO. And then again, I'm really trying to pull some of this black around the page as well. So I did add a little sticker. It says "Time for some fun." So I think that's super cute. And then I think I'm going to start working on my cluster to the upper left corner of the portrait. And I'm just trying to create balance between these 2 clusters. I want similar elements that aren't identical. So again, I'm pulling in another pink label. This one's a little darker than the pink label on the bottom. And then I'm pulling in a circular yellow label instead of a circular yellow ephemera bit. And then instead of the navy tag, I'm going to be using a navy word that says "breathe." At first I used this sticker. It's yellow. It says nothing but smiles, but I didn't like the yellow on yellow, and I was really missing that pop of blue to correlate with the other clusters, so I ended up switching that sticker out for an ephemera piece that says breathe. That's navy. I was looking at this cut apart here to see if I could figure out a way to layer it up behind there to pull in that navy, but after that didn't work. I ended up switching it out, which you'll see here in a minute. I don't do that yet. I'm kind of working on my black element before I go back to trying to figure out the navy. I know I want a black sticker up here too, and I hem and haw a little bit. I go back and forth between a couple stickers, but I end up going with a black sticker that says this is exactly what happiness looks like. So I think that's cute. That's a navy sticker I just put down, so I thought maybe I could pull in the navy with the word sticker, and then I go ahead and add a little rub-on that says we're going places, which again I think is cute because we're walking around downtown, and I thought that would be a nice pop of black, and that would be my black element since I used a navy sticker, but it all kind of looks muddled, and once I put this navy breathe down, I like that so much better than this yellow sticker, so I go ahead and replace that. And then once I do, I really don't need this navy sticker, so I switch it out for the black one. I like that a lot better. So I'm just going to get that kind of situated, and then I know I want to pull in some more rub-ons, and I know I need to do my journaling, but I'm not quite sure what order I do them in. So this one does end up pretty simple. When I created this page, it was when I was like sick. I just had a cold, but you know when you kind of get sick and your brain won't function, it's really hard to be creative, and I was kind of in that funk where I was home because I was sick, but I also couldn't do any scrapbooking, and I finally pushed myself when I started to feel better to try and make this page. So it is a little bit more on the simple side, but I do really like what came out of it. I'm glad I got to create a little bit anyways. So I'm just messing around with more rub-ons. I really wanted to incorporate some more of the really cool map rub-ons just because, again, we're traveling, this is Virginia, we're walking around downtown. I just really thought there was a cool correlation with the map theme. So I'm just moving this little map print in a couple places. There's that compass I thought about putting in the upper right hand corner where it says date, sheet number, and section, but I end up moving that down to another area since I want it right up there. So I'm just going to apply these rub-ons really quick. I think this adds such a cool touch, especially on top of the ledger. That's just a cool mix. It's a subtle way to get some texture. I really like doing that. So there we go. And then I move this little compass back down here. I really thought it'd be cool if I could kind of stretch these rub-ons up towards the title, and then I'll end up doing my journaling from the title down. So it all kind of flows together by the end, and I really like how that ends up working out. So got that compass down. I think I'm almost done with the rub-ons. I need to do my journaling soon, I know, but I'm not quite sure when I do. We'll find out together. It's been a minute. I do play with these paper clips for a minute. There's so many cool things in this collection, and I've tried these paper clips on multiple pages, and for whatever reason I keep saying, no, I want to save it to do something really cool with that. So at some point I'm going to just have to put these paper clips on a page, but I keep trying to save them for something, and I don't even know what that something is, but I need to just suck it up and use it. But this is where I switch out that yellow twine for the black and white. I really like the black and white instead. And I think my clusters are pretty much done at this point. I really need to do my journaling. Hopefully that will be soon. I'm back with the rub-on sheet. I do go in and add a couple more rub-ons. So I think this is where I'm doing the little aqua dots underneath the Enjoy the Ride, just so there's a little bit of blue up there. And now that I have the yellow Enjoy the Ride and the aqua polka dots, I really want some pink as well, but I decided to do my journaling in pink. That way that kind of is the pink for that area. So that's just why I went with those color choices, because pink journaling, I don't know, maybe I should have done black, but I like how the pink ends up looking. So I'm just writing the date up there, writing Richmond, Virginia, and then I'll end up doing my journaling from the title down. And it just says, Thomas's loft was right on the riverfront canal, so we decided to take a nighttime walk after dinner. He only lived here a month, but what a cool spot. So I think that kind of gives you all the information you need. And then I kind of get stuck at this point, and I asked you guys on Instagram, I posted a photo kind of like, please help me figure out how to finish this page, because it just didn't seem like it was done. And thank you guys for your suggestions. I ended up going in with these Nuvo drops and just doing a couple little black details in my cluster. And then you don't see it, but I do end up inking the edges in black. I think that helps as well. But here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.